Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Thank you for joining me. It seems like global players are finally hitting to the Baruka stride. That's right, this guy was a problem on early access. So I'm going to walk you guys through this fight as a free-to-play player. Now in this account specifically, I made this ultimate guide because I was able to dodge his mechanics, all of them, including his ultimate, which a lot of people thought was impossible. And I showed you guys that it was in fact possible. So I'm going to show you guys how I did it. This is a full free-to-play account using only SR weapons and SR units, but I think it's going to be valuable information for a lot of global people, so I want to walk you through what I did. I'm going to give you guys some alternative choices here that you can use for weapons and characters because chances are you're using SSRs. So the first thing you want to do, guys, bring fire weapons. If you have Orb of Avarice, the Grimoire, which are both SR weapons, by the way, the Night Killer, or Vulcan's Rage. One of those or two of those, it doesn't matter. One specifically would work. Now, if you have the Grimoire with it, which can freeze, that's also going to help you quite a bit because it'll give you some crowd control. If you don't have the Grimoire, that's fine. You can bring the Scythe, which is incredible damage, or if you have the Plum Sword or the Moon Daggers, whatever the case may be. Just bring a secondary weapon of your choice. 2 fire weapons are preferable. West Wind, if you have it, bring West Wind at A1 or A3, okay? Now, for a team, I've got, you can see here, I've got Hong Suk, I've got Park Hee-jin, and I have myself Jino. All SRs. All SR weapons, all SR characters. For this, I recommend bring Emma, bring Choi, bring Cha, or Min. Your choice. Or Lee Bora. Doesn't matter. Okay, so any of those ones will work. The reason why behind it, you want as many fire weapons. You have Emma as a break, you have Choi as defense down, and you have Min for punishment, Cha for brand, or you can bring in Lee Bora for charmed. All of those will increase the damage you do to this opponent by 15%. Okay, very, very important. Now, I'm going to walk you guys through this fight. So the first thing that happens when you enter is a cutscene. Get rid of the cutscene, that's fine. You can see here right in the middle of the screen, he is now disappearing. What he's going to do next, he's going to put a giant circle around you. Do not summon your shadows, okay? Leave them the hell alone. He's going to do this little move here, and what you want to do is you want to dodge perfectly, do Shadow Step, break him, and then use your first weapon, okay? Whether it's going to be the Orb of Avarice or if it's going to be West Wind, it doesn't matter, or whatever you want. Now, a couple of things to note. He has very telltale signs of what he's going to do. If he drops his fist into the ground and kneels, he's going to start putting 3 orbs on the floor, red dots, okay? And they're going to freeze you. If you summon your shadows when he does that, he targets every single shadow, making it almost impossible to get away if you're too close. So make sure you watch the mechanics that he does. The next move is sometimes he'll bring his swords out and then he'll slice together. Okay, that does a lot of damage. Avoid that. So here you guys can see what he's doing. He's getting stunned. That's why he's Hong Suk. He actually stuns every time. Look, he's doing the 3 orbs I was telling you right there. You guys can see it. I'm pausing it right now just to show you. So if you summon your shadows here, you're going to get a full-on blast of like 50 of these happening because he targets every single shadow. So you do not want to have that happening. Avoid this, okay? So leave your shadows alone for a little while and just do what you can to not go near these and just avoid 3 of them, okay? You can Shadow Step these as well if you want, but if you already use Shadow Step from the beginning, you don't need to do it again. Make sure Shadow Step comes down first. Oh, also, just so you are aware, you should bring a Fire Hunter for this fight because you will get the bonus trophy for it if you do, okay? Just real quick. Oh, and by the way, this is a recording from the past video that I did. I'm just re-commentating on it because I think it makes more sense now that I can do that. And make sure also, guys, for skills, I forgot to mention this, for skills, bring 2 fire breaks if you can. If you don't have 2 fire breaks, bring 2 breaks of your choice, and that's going to break it. That's going to make or break the fight, okay? You definitely want to break this guy. All right, so here you guys go. See, I'm breaking him right there. And here he goes. He's going to do a couple attacks. Now, sometimes he'll do a... Okay, there it is. That spin right there, that's an AoE spin. You need to time that. If you get hit by that, it hurts a lot, okay? So Shadow Step here. See how I'm breaking him? Now, at about... How much health was that? How much health was that? About 39 health, okay? 39 bars of health. He now goes into his first phase. He's going to disappear here. He's going to go up in the air, and he's going to start shooting... normally what he does, he'll shoot daggers. Here he didn't do it. He did his drop, okay? So there you guys go. Avoid that drop. Again, you could Shadow Step it and do more damage if you wanted to. Just keep breaking him here, and this is going to matter a lot, okay? So there's another move that he does. He'll start winding his arms back. When you see that happen, he starts spinning, and he'll spin all the way across the field, which really, really sucks. There's a wind right there, and you have to chase him. It's the worst part of this fight. It's the worst mechanic he does, okay? There's normal move, Shadow Step, get in there. Now, don't do your ultimate until you break. That's a bug, by the way. That'll happen. Okay, here we go. Now he's going to do another jump. See, no dodge, what happens? You get frozen, okay? So try to avoid that. Now, you want to break him before you do your ultimate, okay? And there's that move I was telling you about, the 2 slashes, right? So try to avoid that if you can. It's a quick shadow step. There's the break. Now you can, don't cast your ultimate unless you have defense down. Whether from Choi or from yourself, it doesn't matter. Have your defense down available because it does so much more damage, right? So here we go. He now disappears, and we see him say this, "I'll send you to hell." Okay, when he says this, he starts throwing little daggers at you of ice, and then when he does that, he's going to drop down. Avoid this right there. Shadow step, ultimate. Okay? So there you guys. You have to see him say, "I'll send you to hell." That's when the first real phase happens for his first actual move. This is not the ultimate though. This one's really easy to avoid. So he'll do a couple icicles at you, and then he'll do a drop down. Just avoid the drop down, do a shadow step, bust out some moves, and you'll see. Now you're going to see right here, he's going to do his kneeling move again. And about 20 bars in is when he actually starts casting his ultimate. And this is what you need to avoid, okay? So here it is. Time to die. So the moment you see the words "time to die" and he disappears, count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Dash two times. Okay, dash 2 times to see what happens. Look. Did not touch me. He completely missed. Look at my health. Still at half. That's what I had in the first place, right? Because if you go back here for a second, look, my health is 22.8k. I got a little bit of health back because of some potions. Look, he says time to die. 1, 2. Right? Normally I say 3, but you can do it at 2. I guess. Hold on, let me go back. Let me go back a little bit. Time to die. See, no, this is where I start counting. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there you go. So the dodge. So you can even say 2, I guess 2.5 even. So just to be safe, do 2.5. You should be fine. Look at that. You completely avoided the damage, and that's how the ultimate works. And that's the important part you have to remember. You dodge that one mechanic, you're safe. Okay, a lot of people will struggle with that. Now, this is important because that same mechanic is on hard mode. And on hard mode, he will destroy you. Okay, so again, just showing you real quick. I'm not going to do it again on this part of the video because we've already seen it. Let's go ahead and avoid that. Now you guys can see the rest of the battle is cake. He just does the same mechanics over and over again. There's the time to die again, just to show you guys. Avoided it, right? And then there you go. So the rest of the fight is pretty straightforward. All right, he just does the same mechanics over and over. There's no more ultimates. There's nothing else to worry about. So remember, when you see the word time to die, go 1, 2, dodge twice to be safe, and you'll 100% avoid it. And I've done it ever since, and it always works. So it's a pretty straightforward fight once you have that happening. So as long as you follow that advice, guys, you'll be golden. That's pretty much the entire thing that you have to do. And from there, once you beat him, you move on to the next stage. Now, this is one of the easier stages and bosses, to be honest with you. So if you're struggling with him, I highly recommend practice. Practice makes better. I'm not going to say perfect because none of us are going to be perfect, but practice does make better. So definitely practice, guys, because when you start going into the bosses, like the skeleton bosses and some of the orc bosses in the later stages, you're going to need to have your shit together and have a lot of practice under your belt. So make sure you're doing this. I just want to bring this to your attention because this is an older video. It's hard for people to find, like sift through 200 videos to find what they're looking for. So there you guys have it. This is Payne. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Take care.